Well, isn't this a nice treat? Today I'm taking you on a tour and a drive of my 2019, so 991.2 Porsche 911 Carrera T generation with a manual transmission. Now, the car doesn't come like this from the factory. I did make a couple of modifications to make it my own. The most obvious thing is the suspension. I lowered it on IBAC springs. I also installed a set of 20-inch fully forged Apex wheels, and hidden behind the wheels you've got my big brake kit made by AP Racing, and I did install a set of track pads. Amazing bite. You get a bit of dust, but that's okay. I did get this kit from keys.com, so if you're looking for something like that, I highly recommend you check them out. I also have my set of TLG guards, which obviously protect the sides from getting sandblasted. Last year I installed a set of Renline side skirts just to give it that meaner look. Behind the bumper, there's a couple of things that are hiding, such as a performance air intake, a set of inlet pipes, as well as headers and sport cats, which gives this car a very cool sound. You'll see it in a little bit. In the back, I also installed the OEM Sport Design lip, which gives it that sort of that curved edge. I did not install a Sport Design front bumper because I do like the way the front bumper looks on a Carrera T, because I like the wider openings on the sides, and I also like the front lip. This front lip, by the way, is a consumable part. I haven't consumed it yet, but it's very sturdy. I do scrape it from time to time, but when it comes time for me to replace it, it's going to be very inexpensive. The car is fully PPF'd, so when I do wash it, I don't have to worry about all the little scrapes and scratches. I also do take it to the track, so when I get pebbled by tire pebbles, I don't have to worry about it that much. I will probably have to replace this PPF in a couple of years, but for now it absolutely shines. I also ceramic coated the car. But I also wanted to show you what the car looks like on the inside, because, and I'll probably open the other door, and as I do walk around, you may notice that Carrera T has these gray accents. See, gray, gray, that strip is gray, but I did replace the mirrors. I wanted yellow mirror caps, but I left this piece gray just to kind of give it a nice little accent. Now that the door is open, I will walk around to show you why I went with this. When I was looking for a 911 Carrera T, I wanted a loud color, and I got yellow, but also got yellow deviated stitching, which was important to me, because you've got this leather dash with deviated stitching here, and you've got this leather door panel. It just gives you a bit of a premium experience. I also wanted the 18-way folding seats, because I do carry my kids in the back, and I wanted to enjoy that experience with my kids. These seats are phenomenal. They have plenty of adjustments. Look, you can kind of adjust this, so just like in a BMW. Now, inside, you've got this shifter. So this shifter hides underneath a numeric shifter, which gives it that pistol feel like shifting experience. You kind of have to feel it, but you can maybe hear it a little bit. Check it. There's very little play in the knob. It's just a great feeling system. Here in the middle, I do have sport suspension. This is a button to turn your traction control off. And then I had a couple of blanks that I replaced with stickers. The T does come with the sport exhaust. This car is also optioned with a sunroof, which I use all the time. Now, this is what you're going to see when we go for a drive. This is my newly upgraded steering wheel, which I also got from Keys. Perforated leather on the sides, top and bottom smooth, yellow stitching, and that 12 o'clock notch that's also in yellow. Completely ties together the interior, especially since I upgraded this. This is aftermarket, and this yellow stitching is aftermarket. I also installed this yellow Sport Chrono Clock. The car didn't come with a Sport Chrono Clock at all, but I retrofitted. I also did a video on it if you're interested in doing that yourself. Now, before we go for a drive, I just wanted to show you how practical this car is, because not only do you have rear seats, which you can fold and use as a shelf, and I've actually done that when I go to the track. I use it as a shelf, but the car has a frunk, so you can easily carry 2 carry-on luggages or a couple of backpacks. It fits right in. Actually, when I do travel for work, sometimes I take this car to the airport, and that's what I do. So yeah, from a practicality standpoint, this car is great. Not only you can fit luggage in it, but visibility. There's so much great visibility there. Speaking of visibility, this and this plastic, because Carrera T has this lightweight set of options. Plastic windows in the back, less sound deadening. It does have a mechanical limited slip diff from a GT3. Another reason why I wanted a Carrera T over a Carrera S or 4S. But now let's go for a quick drive to get in. Oh yeah, this is the set of keys that I have. This, by the way, corresponds or talks to my lightweight lithium-ion battery that I upgraded to a couple of months ago. To start the car, there's a button here. Clutch in. Oh yeah. On the steering wheel, you can select a couple of options. 0, everything is closed. Individual, you can set a couple of different options. In my case, suspension in soft, valves open, rev matching on, and then Sport Plus, everything is maxed out. Sport, you get the burbles, which no one really likes. So I do keep it in individual, and I do love my rev matching. Now, just hear how it sounds. I hope the microphone will pick it up. Just hear it. And now this is what it sounds like when you put burbles on. Not for me, but you do get that turbo whistle in every setting, which I surely do appreciate. All right, we're gonna leave my community here and take it on some twisties. Parking brake is disengaged. One of the things I do miss is not having a manual parking brake. Clutch, by the way, super easy to engage. One of the things I forgot to mention is that this car is tuned. We do have an APR tune, which bumps up the horsepower from 375 to about 500, and you do feel it. I am going to bring it on a dyno sometime soon, but boy oh boy, do you feel the power. Geez, look at this. We're going to give ourselves a little gap, and then we'll resume this, what started as an exciting video. All right, driving this car feels like you are attached to it. There's no other way to put it, especially when you set up the seat the correct way. You've got the right visibility, you've got the right sound behind you, you've got the right handling. Clutch feels very light, and it's super easy for daily driving. I am using auto rev matching. Now, if you don't know what auto rev matching is, it basically matches the speed of the transmission with the speed of the engine without you having to bleep the throttle. So check this out. I'm going from third. The car did it. See, the car did it for me. I don't have to do it. So when you're slowing down, it is very useful at the track. For daily driving, yes, you can heel and toe, but why would I want to do it if the car does it for me? I do know how to heel and toe. I'm not trying to defend it, but the car does it for me a lot better. But the absolute best thing about this car, and I hope you can kind of see it here, is how tossable it is. 3,200 pounds or so, with sticky tires, with the engine in the back, with 500 horsepower. Just feels like a total rocket. And no matter how hard you push this car, it doesn't feel like you're ever gonna break it. The quality of components, and I do work on these cars quite a lot, I take them apart. The quality of components is so much higher compared to even the BMWs that I have. I've got my F90 M5, and even the little nuts and bolts eventually rust, especially after the winter. This, for some reason, stays rust-free. Now, I do take care of it quite a lot, but but it stays pretty rust-free. Now, some people complain that the 991.2 twin turbo generation suffers when it comes to sound, and I do agree it does, until you open it up with a set of headers and sport cats. That's exactly what I did, and maybe I should probably stay quiet, but it really opened up that beautiful note of that flat 6. And oh boy, it's very hard to keep this car under the speed limit. It's very hard to drive this car slow because there's a lot of download torque, especially after the tune. The transmission and the gearing, they're so close. They're not like Cayman gearing where in second gear you're doing 90. Actually, let's find out. Well, maybe not on these roads. When we get on the highway, we'll find out. Perfect, absolute perfect transmission for daily driving. And the fact that you have a 7th gear means that once you get on the highway, you're cruising 65 miles an hour at 2,500 RPM, still getting 30 miles to the gallon. Not that people who get these cars care about MPGs, although I do when I drive this car longer distances, and I don't want to go crazy. I drive the speed limit, and I try to hypermile it, and I do get over 30 miles to the gallon. I am showing my age a little bit now, but so be it. I'm gonna now put the microphone right there. So the microphone is right there, so you can hear the engine a little better. I've got my microphone back. I hope you're able to hear some of the pressure release, and it's thanks to the diverter valves and the inlet pipes that I've installed. Let's see if we can hear it now. Let's keep the microphone here. You should see the smile on my face that I have driving this car. And it's not just now while I'm making this video, it happens all the time. The smile never leaves my face. Yep, the brakes squeal. And now we're gonna find out how this car merges onto the highway and how she behaves at speed. Let's give ourselves a bit of distance. 2nd gear. No one behind us. Oh my gosh. This car. You get it up to speed pretty quickly, but then when you're at speed, it feels so stable. And with this exhaust setup, by the way, there's no droning, there's no humming, there's just pure exhaust sound. I hope you can hear it. And then when you get it up to speed, you can put it in 6th and then 7th gear, and the car is very quiet. Yes, when you get on it, obviously it gets louder, but you can still have a conversation here. You can even have a louder conversation, or maybe a quieter conversation, when you shut off the exhaust flaps. Then it becomes completely quiet. But then at the touch of a button, everything changes. Oh my gosh. The brakes are phenomenal with this setup. I feel like when you have a lightweight car like this, with this amount of power, with this level of track worthiness, you need to have a proper set of brakes. It took me a while to get the courage to pay what I paid for these brakes, but after I did, I was so sold on them. Extremely happy. The stopping power is incredible, and they look so great behind the wheel. Speaking of wheel, look how awesome this wheel looks. And it feels so great with these grips. Oh man. So yeah, we're gonna drive for a while. I'm actually going on a cruise. Not an actual cruise, but a cruise with this car, a relaxing cruise. A lot of times when I have stress in life, I go for a drive, and today I decided to take you on this journey with me. Let me know what you think of this car. Let me know what you think of this style of videos in general. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. As always, I'll answer every single one. But I want to thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.